What is up, boys? Welcome back to another episode of Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Today we are going to be taking a look back at the Gridiron Guardians promo in Ultimate Team this year. You guys know previously this has been named Mud Heroes. I feel like it's also had a couple different names in the past couple years of Madden. You guys know they usually change around the names every now and again, but obviously this year with our previously known Mud Heroes, we've got ourselves the Gridiron Guardians. Now the main features, obviously we've got 4 champions, all sitting at 92 overalls. You guys did see those players. We've got Aaron Rodgers, Christian McCaffrey, Fred Warner, and Jalen Ramsey. Now, of course, with those master sets or the champions, there's usually some lower overalls that are required to put into those sets, which are 90 overalls, and you guys did just see the list of those 90 overalls in the sets as well. Now, as usual, you guys know this drill, man. It's pretty much the same thing every single promo. We've got the solo challenges, we've got them done and completed, which obviously gives us a couple of free cards within that promo. Now, with this one, we've got ourselves one free 90 overall Gridiron Guardian, which, of course, EA, you know, has to make it that NC18. We can't use any of these guys for the sets to get any of those 92 overalls, which is no problem. We'll just have to pay out of pocket and get them otherwise. But you guys can see here, obviously, getting yourself one free 90 overall Gridiron Guardian. And with my choice, I decided to go ahead and pick up a new member in the secondary at strong safety. We've got Jamal Adams. Now, on the front of the card, you guys can see it says hit power there. I believe whatever stat it says, it's supposed to be like a little boosted stat or the highest stat on that card, which obviously you guys can see here. At hit power, Jamal Adams is sitting at 91. So hopefully we can see a couple big hits out of that guy, maybe even a forced fumble. Now, obviously, we're not going to go this episode without showing you guys any of the champions. Obviously, we're going to bring in some of these 92 overall Gridiron Guardians to the team, and the first one being 92 Aaron Rodgers. We've got to get the quarterback of this promo, and I decided to give you guys an example by completing one of these sets. Of course, you guys usually know how these work. Once you complete the master set, you obviously get to power up along with it, but you get to choose a couple of the cards that were required to put in that set. You get those back, but they're NAT versions, which, you know, I'm all good with. So we're going to get 3 more of these 90 overalls joining the team on top of Aaron Rodgers sitting at our quarterback position. And with those 3 choices, as you guys are going to see, I decided to pick up Stephon Gilmore, somebody else in the secondary, and then 2 weapons from my man Aaron Rodgers with Mike Gesicki at tight end and then wide receiver Mike Evans. Aaron Rodgers is definitely one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time to watch, man. The dude is just so incredible, and you guys know if there's any throw on this planet that is possible to be made, this man can do so. You can see his throwing stats. He's just like that here in Madden, man. He's going to make every single throw possible, and he's still got a little bit of giddy up to his step with that 72 speed, so if you need A-Rod to scramble for a first down, he's got your back. Now, on top of that, we are, of course, going to go ahead and pick up a few more of these 92 overall champions from this promo. The first one being the other offensive champion, Christian McCaffrey, of course, at running back. You guys can see the stats, man. You already know CMC is your all-purpose back, but he's just as good as rushing the football as he is receiving it. But again, another one of those superstar talents today where he just cannot seem to find his way to the football field. And off of the injury report, man, it really sucks to see kind of talents like this not really be able to showcase their skills while they're young and, you know, be able to get on the football field, like I said. Now, on top of that, we are going to get 1 more of these 92 overall champions, 1 for the defense, and it is, of course, as you guys are seeing, going to be the middle linebacker, Fred Warner from the San Francisco 49ers. This dude is so underrated, man. I feel like just still not a lot of people talk about him, but he's definitely made himself made a name for himself with these past few years in the NFL, man. Just really emerging as one of the top middle linebackers in the league while still not really being talked about a lot. Now, of course, with every one of these episodes, I always go ahead and bring in a few players that are not inside of the promo, which you guys could see this if you keep up to date with your solo challenges. You already know what's happening every 4 weeks with the Wild Card Wednesday promos that come out. You get to pick yourself one of those free cards that have come out through the span of those 4 weeks. And you guys can see here, once again, the second time I'm doing this, we are going to get a free heavyweight out of this choice here, because I say this all the time, man. Free offensive lineman. I mean, I don't want to waste coins on offensive linemen, so I will take myself a free 90 overall center, Ryan Kelly, from the Indianapolis Colts. Now, 1 more player joining the team. We are going to get ourselves a new pass rusher at left outside linebacker, Justin Houston. You know, I've got to get my daily Ravens player, man. You know, every episode I got to bring one in, man. Leave me alone, okay? It is what it is. but I decided to go ahead and pick ourselves up a new pass rusher because we've had Von Miller at the left outside linebacker spot on our team for a very long time now, so I just really wanted to get ourselves a new face there. But fully powered up Justin Houston, you guys can see the X factor, the ability I decided to slap on this card. He currently sits at a 91 overall. So that is going to do it for all of the upgrades for today's episode. You guys can see the new remodeled offense is looking very good, man. Aaron Rodgers down there at quarterback. He's got his weapon, Christian McCaffrey, there in the backfield with him. But of course, he's got two new guys to throw to with Mike Evans and Mike Gesicki up there at tight end. Hopefully that new protection on the offensive line is going to show up a little bit. Now over on the defense, of course, a few changes over here as well. Up at the middle linebacker position, we've got Fred Warner, and AJ Hawk is now going to be backing him up. Justin Houston, the new pass rusher, and then of course we've got two new members of the secondary to try out with Jamal Adams and Stephon Gilmore. So that is going to do it for the upgrades of today's episode, fellas. You guys can see jumping into our head-to-head seasons now. We sit as a 89 overall team. We're slowly making our way up there, and we are slowly making our way to the playoffs. Alright, jumping into our first game of the episode, you guys can see here, it looks like my opponent pretty much has as close to a Cardinals team as you could get. Those high overall team of the weeks in his top three with Jake Plummer and Chase Edmonds at running back. Definitely some interesting choices we're playing against here in this game. So we're on 2nd and 14 after that really nice tackle for loss from the first play of the game from our new middle linebacker, Fred Warner. My opponent is able to find his tight end, Darren Fells, here for a nice completion, picking up the first. Next play, he's taking a shot deep down to AJ Green, and thankfully our cornerback Antrell Roll is able to get the pass break up there and not let up a huge completion. So next play now on 3rd and 10, Jake Plummer is scrambling out of the pocket, throws it all the way to the other side of the field, and is once again finding his tight end Darren Fells there for a completion. Definitely a crazy completion there. A play later, he tries to go with the run game to his running back, Chase Edmonds. You guys can see there's our new Gridiron Guardians coming up with some nice tackles. Both Fred Warner and Jamal Adams there coming up with that play. 3rd and 7 now, once again, trying to find his receiver, AJ Green, deep down the field, and this time it is successful with that little bit of a cheesy play, scrambling out of the pocket. He's all the way down now to the 5-yard line. Here, Chase Edmonds trying to go back to him, but our defensive tackle, Vita Vea, is coming up with a big-time tackle for loss. 3rd and goal now, and the new pass rusher, Justin Houston, is there. Comes up with his first sack on our team. Oh, did you guys see that there too? It looked like he went to go help him up and then decided not to. But on 4th and goal, you guys know how this works, man. Nobody takes their points. Nobody punts the ball. It doesn't matter. He's going for it on 4th and goal, and definitely a questionable play call and throw there. I'm not sure what he was trying to go with, but hey, I will take it, man. Turnover on downs. We now get to see Aaron Rodgers go to work on offense, but maybe not quite. Jack Youngblood is going to be coming up with a sack on our quarterback there. Aaron Rodgers now faced with a 3rd and 22 already out of this game, as we find Sammy Watkins, but no, he coughs up the football, and man, I'm getting flashbacks to the Miami game. My opponent comes up with the turnover. That was Jamal Adams who made that play, and hey, I said earlier in the episode, you guys know about that hit power that comes with Jamal Adams. I just definitely did not expect that to be biting us in the butt, and Jamal Adams using that hit power against us, as my opponent grabs himself that turnover, and in just a few plays, he is finding his way into the end zone. Once again, going to his tight end, Darren Fells. Definitely seems like it's one of his favorite targets on his team, and my opponent takes the early lead here, 7-0. So with a minute and a half left in the second quarter, trying to get some points on the board before we go into the second half of this game. As Christian McCaffrey, we were trying to get this guy going, man, but my opponent just had a really good run defense. Not able to see any CMC so far here in this first half. Now on 2nd and 11, we've got ourselves a nice little touch pass there with Aaron Rodgers floating it over top of the defender, finding Mike Evans for his first catch on our team. 1st and 10 on the following play. Back to Mike Evans. He absolutely mosses Jamal Adams. Getting ourselves a little bit of revenge back on that play as we once again target Jamal Adams, and Mike Evans just makes the better play that time. Absolutely bodies his defender, just goes up and grabs that ball and makes a touchdown out of it. Definitely a heck of a play there, as this game is now tied up 7-7 going into the third quarter. You guys can see that previous play, a nice contested catch there by our tight end Mike Gesicki. Following play, we are going right back to the man Mike Evans, as this dude definitely seems like he is having a hot game right now after making that nice touchdown. 1st and 10, now going to Christian McCaffrey in the air, as as we could not get anything on the ground with Christian McCaffrey. So I decided, you know what, gotta get this guy involved in the receiving game at least. We've got to get the ball in this man's hands since we just brought him to the team. So a few plays later now, once again, it's a third down situation. Mike Gesicki going to the tight end, and this man is now busting out the spin moves a little bit, trying to make some defenders miss. So a few plays later, once again, another third down situation, 3rd and 6 for Aaron Rodgers, waiting for Mike Evans to come back across the middle of the field, and the connection right now between 12 and 13, Aaron Rodgers and Mike Evans is just on fire. A-Rod currently has 100% completion in this game, has not missed a pass so far. So on 2nd and goal, trying to go with a quick little screenplay. Again, like I said, trying to get the ball back in Christian McCaffrey's hands. 12-yard line, it is a 3rd and goal situation. Obviously, we need to target the end zone. But for some reason, again, I'm trying to force the ball to Christian McCaffrey's hands, man. I just want to see this guy make some plays, especially since we can't really get anything going on the ground with him. So was hoping to see him make a play there, but unfortunately, we're going to have to settle for our 3 points. So into the 4th quarter we go. It is crunch time now. We have to make sure we make a stop here on defense, as this could be the last drive of the game. So first play, my opponent once again finding his running back through the air, Chase Edmonds, for a nice reception, getting himself a 1st down. Following play, the pressure finally gets there once again. We get ourselves another sack. This time is going to be Derek Thomas in the backfield. Loss of 10 yards on the play, but he got some back. It is now a 3rd and 8 situation, as our middle linebacker, Fred Warner, absolutely decimates his running back, Chase Edmonds. Unfortunately, he does hold on to the ball there, man. Really thought we could get ourselves a nice forced fumble there on that play. Does go no huddle, 4th and 1 situation, as he goes with the same play back to the same receiver. And man, he luckily is able to make that catch there, man. I don't know, it really looked like Marlon Humphrey was right there in that vicinity, but my opponent catches himself a break. The drive is still alive. So once again, going right back to the same man, Chase Edmonds, back to back through the air. 4th and 1 situation again, like I said, but this time is able to find AJ Green. Once again, that scramble out to the left side of the pocket, a throw off the back foot, and he's able to make the play and keep this drive going. Darren Fells now on the drag route down to the 2-yard line. Almost made it into the end zone. Thankfully, we made the stop. 1st and goal now for Plummer. Scrambling out of the pocket, throws it. Gotcha, bitch. And we get the interception. Cam Chancellor is there to make the play, grabs the tip pass, and oh my goodness, what a finish to a crazy game, man. We make the defensive stop there in the end zone with 9 seconds on the clock, and obviously that is going to result in the rage quit and us getting ourselves that victory, man. What a crazy end to that game, man. Definitely held my breath there for a second as that ball was just up in the air for a couple seconds, bouncing around a couple of players, but man, Cam Chancellor had that final say, able to grab the ball out of the air, get the job done, and we got ourselves that victory. So of course, going to be jumping into one more game for the episode for you guys, as there wasn't enough, man. I want to see some more plays out of these Gridiron Guardians, especially Christian McCaffrey, as we saw nothing out of him from that first game, man. And I think right there, 14 yards on that first carry here from this game, which is obviously a great start. I feel like that's more yards than that dude had the entire first game that we just played with him. So I'm excited to see some more CMC in this game. Now, obviously you guys did see there Mike Gesicki coming up with a great possession catch. The following play, however, Aaron Rodgers ends up getting taken down by a sack by Al Woods. Now on 4th and 18, you guys know this, man. We got to follow the meta. Nobody punts, so why would I punt? We got to go for it. It doesn't matter how many yards we need. And once again, we find the new tight end, Mike Gesicki, coming up with a great catch, shakes off the defender, taking it all the way down to the 14-yard line. And I felt like it was only right, the man that got us all the way down here, to get himself the touchdown to end that drive, Mike Gesicki in the end zone. First touchdown of the game belongs to us, as we have a 7-0 lead. Coming out on defense now, you guys can see back there at quarterback, my opponent has Michael Vick, and oh man, we're already getting a taste of his medicine and what this dude is just so lethal at, scrambling out of the pocket, easily able to pick up a 1st down with his legs there, man. That's just a little taste of what we're going to have to deal with this entire game while dealing with Michael Vick. 3rd and 4, a few plays later, able to make a great throw across his body to the other side of the field, finding Randy Moss there on the sideline, keeping this drive alive. So next play, 1st and 10 now for Michael Vick, trying to do a little too much scrambling once again, and this time the defense is able to make the play. Derek Thomas once again coming up with another sack in this episode. My opponent going with a no-huddle offense, which you guys are going to see here, was in the entire game, which definitely got a little tedious and a little annoying, but you know, it is what it is. You just got to adjust, I guess, how people play. 2nd and 21, able to only get 5 yards there on that scramble for Michael Vick. 3rd and 16 now, once again, no huddle, throws it to the end zone, and jumps in front of our defender, Robbie Anderson, able to go up and grab that ball, going into the end zone, tying this game up now at 7-7. And man, I'm not going to lie, that was just kind of more so of a bad play by our quarterback, Antrell Roll, as he was unable to really make any sort of play on that ball. Speaking of bad quarterback plays, that's the complete opposite of what happens here. Deion Sanders making us pay with a crazy and diving interception, and my opponent now has a chance to go up and take the lead in this game. But just as I talk smack about him, Antrell Roll is coming up, making the play, grabbing the interception, first play back out on defense, and he takes it for a house call, man. How do you like that? Aaron Rodgers came up with an absolutely crucial mistake, throwing an interception there, but I mean, Deion just made an absolutely insane play. I don't know if you guys saw that diving pick, but hey, man, it's all good. The defense said, it don't matter if you throw turnovers. We got your back, man. We'll come out and get the turnovers right back.
Gotcha, bitch.
For you, as once again he does the same thing. The very first play on defense, this time it is now Brian Dawkins coming up with an interception. Our secondary is just having an absolute field day right now. Coming out back on offense now, we have a chance to extend our lead by even more. Only 40 seconds left on the clock. We try to go to Christian McCaffrey right there on that play with a nice spin move. Aaron Rodgers now, it takes him a couple of seconds with that acceleration, but able to use that speed and get the first down. I told you guys he can get it done if you need him to scramble and run for a few yards. And on the next play, 1st and 10, we finally are able to find Christian McCaffrey in the end zone. Man, look at Christian McCaffrey doing his little dance as we're finally able to get this guy in the end zone in today's episode, man. It definitely took long enough, but as we were coming out here now in the third quarter, 21-7 is the game. My opponent still in the no-huddle tempo on offense, man. I tried to tell you guys it's what he was in the entire game, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, there really isn't a whole lot of plays to show you here when it came to defense, aside from the big plays like turnovers or something like that, because this guy's offense was definitely a little bland, I'm sure, as you guys could expect, whether it was scrambling with Michael Vick, just constant checkdowns, to his running back, as here we are able to make him pay, grabbing the user interception with the new middle linebacker, Fred Warner. You guys know me, man. When people try to run screenplays on me, I am all over that. I'm going to sniff it out, get the interception. It's definitely a little bit harder to do that this year in Madden 22, I feel like, but we got ourselves that turnover. A play later on 2nd and 5. There is a flag on the play for roughing the passer, but it does not matter because Christian McCaffrey was left wide open and able to go into the end zone for his second touchdown in today's episode, man. So at this point, 4th quarter, 28-7 is the game. 21 points is what my opponent is currently down by at this point. So like I said, it's kind of starting to wind down a little bit here. Getting a little bit difficult for my opponent to make this comeback. Aaron Donald came up with a sack on that previous play.
Gotcha, bitch.
And on the following play, 2nd and 19, Jamal Adams, our new strong safety, is going to come up with the snag, man, getting himself an interception to close out this game. And that was definitely nice to see, as you know, Jamal Adams made that big time play against us in the first game. So the fact that Jamal Adams was able to get that game-sealing interception there, that final play, was definitely nice to see, man. It was pretty cool. So that is going to do it for today's episode, though, you guys. As you can see, currently now 7-0 on the season. Obviously, at this point, we've gotten plenty of wins to make it to the playoffs, man. So obviously, we're going to have to see ourselves in that playoff trip here very, very soon. But like I said, that is going to do it for today's episode, you guys. Gridiron Guardians definitely had a ton of good players with this promo, and they made a lot of nice plays in the episode for you guys. But anyways, like I said, I hope all of you guys did enjoy today's episode, man. If you did, be sure to put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.